So I just had an interesting experience just now with neighbors, and now I'm going to actually record what I came online here to record, which is a cool subject, something that people ask all the time, and I'm going to do a pick a card on it tomorrow. So in lieu of doing a pick a card tomorrow, I thought, why don't I come online and talk about it? And this is going to be a very convenient and quick answer to the question. So, what is the difference between a karmic relationship, a soulmate relationship, and a twin flame relationship? So, from my understanding and my own belief, a karmic relationship is a relationship that you need to play out to learn certain lessons. So it's somebody that comes into your life so that you can exercise mirroring and exercise understanding, like what the deep core wounds are inside yourself that you still need to work on. And this is going to happen through some type of usually unstable, chaotic, very passionate, very intense. These are the type of relationships that usually have a type of passion that is obsessive, that is compulsive, that is naturally viewed as unhealthy by those around you. Typically, these are types of relationships where you find like a lot of narcissists and empaths, or you find a lot of people just really exploring the depths of how much self-work are still needed. And most people enter into karmic relationships. Karmic relationships aren't just a matter of being like lovers or getting into some type of romantic relationship. Karmic relationships can be between family members, they can be between friends, they can host all sorts of different embodiments in terms of status. Okay? A karmic relationship is something that you need to go through, you need to play out because you are growing, you are letting go of past issues within yourself that you weren't able to navigate in a healthy way. And so these karmic relationships will get louder and louder, and they'll keep repeating until we serve the karma that is needed. Now, if you believe in past lives and these types of things, which I very much do, or if you just look at the whole collective conscious of energy, you will see that there is, in certain lives, I started painting my nails and then the neighbors came, and I still want to do this video. So I just noticed that on the screen. So you'll notice with karmic relationships, a lot of the times in karmic soul and twin flame, you will feel like this magnetism with this person that feels so very much like you've known them before. Like you really, really feel a familiarity with this soul. And so perhaps in a past life, you were super shitty to this other person, or vice versa. You know, if you've been the one in this lifetime that's been more rough or been on the negative end of it, you know, in terms of projective behavior, then what I feel is oftentimes we get like the opposite of what we were in a past, or it's just a greater opportunity for us to step into our highest light in terms of how we're going to choose to behave in a situation. And ultimately, when karma comes knocking at your door enough times, okay, in a karmic relationship, hopefully we get to a point where we have learned the lessons that needed to be served through it, and we learn better boundaries, and we learn better regulation, self-regulation, and just more about what it feels like to enter into a space of like grounded love, soft love, healthy love. Okay? And this is where like a soulmate comes in. And a lot of people get confused between like soulmates and thinking like you just have one soulmate. There is a lot of soulmates. There's like soul attractions, there's soul brothers and sisters. There's a lot of mates that we've made over the lifetimes, okay? And in this lifetime, if you just come into a room with somebody, you just meet somebody and you feel like, wow, this person just feels so comfortable. Like I feel so safe at home. It's like you've known them for 400 lifetimes, you know, and my guru will say, you know, this is how you know if you found like a real soul friend, like a real soulmate, a kindredship, is you will feel that familiarity, that lightness, that ease, that grace, that peace when you're in their presence. And so if you think about it, if we've had, you know, thousands or hundreds of thousands of incarnations, and you know, we've played out all of these different roles, our soulmates have been all sorts of different types of roles to us too. Sometimes lovers, sometimes parents, sometimes friends, children, like, you know, acquaintances, colleagues, all this stuff, all these different roles. So, you know, even when it comes to like matchmaking and that type of thing, there is so much opportunity to take various different paths with soulmates. And just because somebody is your soulmate and just because you have deep, deep love for them does not mean that they are going to be your optimal mate or the optimal person for you to live out this life with. Okay? So I like to make mention of that because sometimes we have deep, deep soul loves, which I have in this lifetime, that aren't optimal to actually be with in a relationship. And that is okay too. It does not deter or take away from the depth of love that is shared and the kindredness with that soul. Twin flame. Twin flame, twin flame. Everybody is looking for their twin flame on the internet. And what do I think about this? So there's like these varying thoughts on twin flames. Some people say that it's like your soul separated, you know, and that there's like a masculine and feminine divine counterpart, and that when you find your twin flame, it'll be just like this one cosmic explosion and union of yourself, and it's like the mothership of all relationships. I've heard other things about twin flames too. So for those of you just joining, I was going over karmic relationships, soulmates, and now twin flames. So again, there is this huge thing that's going on. And as a reader, like as a tarot reader, going online and reading all the time, a lot of people request pick a cards for like, is this my twin flame? Like, am I in a twin flame relationship? And then you have like a lot of readers that focus on certain cards. It's like the Two of Cups is like a soulmate card, you know, and some readers will say like the Four of Wands is a soulmate, or some will say it's like a twin flame card. Well, I have researched this, I've looked into this, just because in my own life I have found some really resonant, really supercharged cosmic connections, pure magnetism. Feel like I've known these people for like lifetimes upon lifetimes, and they are like intensely magnetized to me. And there's like a few of them that I thought, this is my twin flame for sure. This is my twin flame. Like, we're identical in all of these different ways. But the more I started to think this, the more I start to look, and I'm not saying that one of these people isn't my twin flame. They could be my twin flame. But what I'm saying is that the more self-aware you become, the more you see yourself mirrored in the people around you, and the more aware you are of that mirroring, okay? So it might be that your frequency and your vibration is really resonant with the people that are in your life, because like attracts like, and you're on this similar current. So you're going to really kind of feel the feels with each other. You're going to start to notice how many of the same things that you're into and like that you're both into. But then again, you might step into like some other polarity with somebody else, and then you're into all those things with them too. So like, what are you guys actually into when you're not together? So sometimes we can find all of this resonance and this high intensity because we're coming with a really strong magnetism, and they're probably like soulmates. But I found this other analogy of a twin flame, and I'm trying to remember who said this. It's just I you know, Google researching twin flames on the internet, but I trust my intuition. So I am cool to scour and go through as much research as I feel is necessary before I feel like it can come on with an opinion. And it doesn't mean that my opinion's not subject to change, okay? I'm open to hearing other insights and other information. But what I can say is that there's this other theory floating around that the twin flame, rather than when you incarnate being separated into like one male and one female, or like it could be two females or two males, it doesn't matter, but like one has more percentage of the masculine energy and one has more percentage of the feminine energy to balance. And what happens is when you meet your twin flame, you're supposed to experience like intense synchronicity. This is supposed to be like the person that you just care about the most deeply, above and beyond all. It's like the mountainscape, okay? This is like probably where romance novels and Cinderella stories and Walt Disney and all of this came from. I have theories on Disney and our idea of like cosmic love and how conditioned society is to try and achieve this almost unattainable fashion of romance. That's for another day altogether. But I do believe that some souls choose to focus an incarnation around having a divine partnership in terms of love, and therefore may have this kind of like polarized star that's going to turn into like this cosmic union together when they meet. And that's based off of more of like a principle of like not thinking that a male or a female necessarily come down, or two, like one person split into two people simultaneously, because that's what is thought about twin flames. And then when you come together, it's like finding your twin. But I heard it being like more like a river of consciousness. It's like you are a river of consciousness, and like elements of your consciousness are flowing through, you know, another individual as well as yourself. And so you both share this cosmic stream of consciousness, and the vibration is so similar. It's so unique to this particular river that when you actually cross paths, you know, it's like there's no longer the fork in the river. Now the river just flows. It's like you found your channel. Okay, to me this makes more sense. So this is my short little chat on what is the difference between a karmic relationship, a soulmate, and a twin flame relationship. And I hope that that helped. So much love to everybody. Stay tuned for more, you know, cosmic chats with yours truly. And I really appreciate you for showing up. And I want to say thank you and much love. And